Hello, hello, hello. Here I am for one last time with the very, very lovely Trudie Core. Hi, Trudie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. I think it's going to take me a little bit of time to come down. I'm in
I
that
can
kind
imagine. I can imagine.
of. So, how are you this evening, my darling? What have you been
Um,
up to today?
Today I had some students who I was teaching spirit connection with, so that was a lot of fun. So I have two new budding mediums, and then it was just kids and housework and craziness and the usual.
Have you joined in with any of our live streams today?
Yeah, I got most of your live with Emma Johnson just now. I've
Mhm.
seen your live. I seen a bit of your live with Amy, and I seen a bit of you with Kate Spencer first thing this morning.
Mhm.
So I've got a lot to catch up on replay as well. But I was cursing you before I came live because you put all these fabulous people in front of me.
Yes, but you're equally as fabulous.
We'll see. It's late now, we're not.
You totally are equally as fabulous. So come on in and say hi if you are watching us live. Marie, do not start. Marie is suggesting card karaoke again. No,
Yes.
you're doing it on your own. I don't even have a go. Come on in and say hi if you're watching us live. It would be great to see who's around. And if you're watching the replay, you're equally as welcome, and it's lovely to have you. So, Trudie, what you've talked about, you've done some spirit connection stuff today, and what you are all about is you're about exploring your spirituality, aren't you? You're about being able to bring a level of spirituality into your real life and to tap into the gifts that you've got and be able to use your intuition, and you be able to manifest and be able to, really kind of be your own guru effectively. So rather than always looking externally, you seek to empower people to be able to listen to themselves and to tune into themselves.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think my mission is to make spirituality easy, practical, and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once it's those three things, then it's not hardship, it's not routine, it's not something that becomes difficult for you. It's something that you do without even thinking about it,
Yeah.
you know? And that stems from me having gone through very difficult times in my life, coming into spirituality from a very realist point of view and being like, this is away with the fairies stuff, and seeing how I could make it work for me, because I'm very practical and I'm not into fluff. So if anything's fluffy, I don't like it, and I don't think the people who like my page like that either.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they want to know how they can incorporate angel communication, spirit communication, learn about auras, chakras, whatever it may be, crystals, into their life without looking like a hippy dippy weirdo, just fell off Mars or like it. So I enjoy it, and I'm still as normal as ever. I still do normal stuff, and it doesn't change me in that sense. I'm still me. I still curse. I still have a drink the odd time. I still go out. I'm not different in those things. I'm this perfect person, but I have a bigger awareness. I'm more conscious of things, and I've a greater sense of peace within me. And I think that's the most important of everything, is that sense of peace.
You haven't always led a life that was filled with spirituality, have you?
No.
How did you come to spirituality?
My mom has always been spiritual. At first, she would have been more religious than spiritual, but then I suppose that was the big thing in Ireland. You went to church on Sunday and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So she kind of came into spirituality more when I was in my teens. And I used to always say to her, and we still laugh about it now, I used to tell her she was away with the fairies. And that it was all a lot of shite, basically. And she tried, like, just like what Emma was talking about in her last live, EFT. When I was 15, she brought me to an EFT workshop. And she gave me ample opportunity to learn all these things. And I kept thinking, this is a load of crap. These people are mad. You know, this is not for me. Like, so she continued anyway, and she used to try and encourage me to do stuff with her, like spirit communication through photos at home. She'd always pull cards for me or give me crystals. So it was always kind of in my life, but it wasn't my life. Until I hit my 20s, I'd moved abroad. I had got pregnant and came back home. I got married. I got pregnant girls in quick succession, and life started to fall apart very, very, very quickly. And so I spiraled into anxiety and depression. I do think I was always an anxious person. I just wasn't aware of how anxious I was until it really took hold. Depression became a big thing as well. So I was in a very nasty place. I also had a lot of money troubles. I wasn't happy in my marriage whatsoever. And everything was just falling apart around me. So my husband at the time used to go between here and Spain a lot. So he was away, and my mum encouraged me to go on a spiritual development course, which I now teach, funnily enough. And I went on that, and it just changed my outlook, my action. I was in such a negative mind space. I didn't even know I was in a negative mind space. It was just so common for me to think negatively. You know, I just always thought, you're not good enough, you can't do this, you don't have the money to do that. Everything was no, 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 no. And it was a 4-week thing. I learned meditation, I learned grounding, I learned protection, I learned all these fabulous things that are now part of my daily life. And I learned all of that and could still be me, but a happier version of me.
Yeah.
So once I left that, I kind of thought, this can't be the end of the spiritual journey. I have to do more. There's more I need to learn. So like I did go on. I went into mediumship. I did all these kind of other workshops. And some spiritual development I'd say about 50 times at this stage, but you never stop learning. So it's always good to repeat. And you know, within that 4 weeks, my anxiety and my depression, they were gone. They were practically non-existent. My money issues got resolved really quickly because my mindset changed. So all of a sudden I thought I could, and I did. Yeah. You know, and I finally got my divorce this year really quickly. Within 4 months I got it. And everything's just progressed. So I'm not saying I have a perfect life, I don't. But what I am saying is that I now have the tools to make my life so much better through spirituality. So yeah, that's how I got here.
So the spiritual development course that you did at that point that, you know, your mum encouraged you to do it, was that kind of the pivotal point?
Yeah, absolutely. I had never peace in my mind in months and months. I was, like I said, really plagued at the time with anxiety, with depression, and I couldn't think nice thoughts, I couldn't think happy thoughts, I couldn't see positives. I had 2 babies at the time. They were 1.5 years and a couple of months old. You know, one was learning to crawl and to move, and that should be exciting and happy. For me, it was just like, oh, right, she's doing it. You know, there was no emotion in anything I was doing. So going on that course, the first night I did, that was the first 10 minutes piece I had in my head in I don't know how many months. And I just thought, this is fantastic. I want to have more of this. But by the end of the 4 weeks, we've done so much. We talked about like living in the now, being grounded, being present, being aware, opened up doors to spirit, to angels, all these things. And that was something I lacked in my life for years. I didn't have faith in anything. There was nothing out there to help me or to encourage me or motivate me or anything, you know, and I couldn't find happiness in my day-to-day life, which is sad. It's sad. That's all changed now, you know. If my girl so much as write a nice letter now or do anything very simplistic, I'm like, yes, Golly out, you know, and everything's filled with emotion.
Do you think that some of it was because that spiritual development program was somebody other than your mum telling you about this sort of stuff? Do you think that you needed that extra external influence?
Not at that point, no. If Mum had been doing it, I would have listened to her equally as much as I'd have listened to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, absolutely, my teenage years, even my early, if it had been her, I'd be like, go away from me. But I think at that point, I was just so low that I needed anything. And I didn't even particularly want to do it. I wasn't that interested in going. But I wanted to get out of the house in some shape or form. So that's what I got offered. So I took it. You know, but I definitely do not regret going to do now.
It completely changed your life.
Absolutely, and all for the better. All for the better. Because I mean, if I didn't go, I wouldn't be sat here now talking to you.
No, absolutely. So tell us how that progressed into a business as far as you're concerned.
When I did that course, there was one night where we did card readings. And as I said, Mum always had cards in the house, and I'd pick them up with her every now and again. And she would more so give me readings than I would give anybody else readings, because I didn't really know how to use them or what I was doing. Mm-hmm. So when we picked them up in the course, and we had to trust in the angels to give us guidance. Mm. And I gave somebody a message, and they were like, that's so accurate. Out of everything that I'd kind of done that involved an exercise with another person, that was where my accuracy was the most. And I fell in love with the cards. I fell in love, and my mum got me a deck. I actually don't have it here beside me, but she wrote on the inside cover of it, "Continue to let your light shine bright." And I just went, you know, this is what I need more card readings, because I felt like I was good at it, and I've felt like I've been good at other things in my life. I mean, I had very boring jobs before this, and it was all customer care for telecommunications companies and stuff like that, and I was good at them because I'm good at helping people. Mm-hmm. But the cards were really what caught me at the time. And I went from that course, and I said I did a bit of mediumship and stuff like that. I like mediumship. I don't love mediumship. It's not where I'd love to work in every single day of the week. Mm-hmm. But I went on and I did courses, and I just couldn't get enough of it. I wanted to read for everybody and anybody. I've since learned that that's not really the best thing to do, but at the time that's how it felt. I was so excited about it, and that's, you know, when I did those courses, and I knew that I wanted to be doing this every day, and if I wasn't doing it every day, I felt like I was nearly missing a limb. That's when I said I have to have a life in this, and the only way I can have a life in this is if it's my business. So I mean, I had gone back to working customer care jobs. I think it was for Amazon at the time that I was doing it, and that was fine, and it was paying bills, but it didn't interest me. I'd lost all motivation in it. I just wanted to be reading cards, but I couldn't come home in an evening and spend time with the girls and read cards at the same time. It just wasn't practical, so I had to find a way to do it, you know.
What was your first deck?
Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue, and I don't even have it beside me, it's somewhere else in the house. But that was the one my mum got me. And I always say to people when they ask me what's a good first deck to get, that one is a good first deck. It's very simplistic, but it's lovely.
And do you remember your first read? You paid for a read?
My first paid for a read, yeah, I think I got like a tenner for it or something. I think it was for a friend of a friend. So I had like read for all my friends at that stage, and at that point somebody said, my friend wants a read, and I kind of went, okay, and they went, she'll pay you for it, and I went, no. And they went, no, you have to take money, you know, you're really good. And I was kind of like, right. So they were like, what do you charge? I was like, a tenner. Because I couldn't put a price on it. I really didn't know how. So yeah, that was my first read, and I remember being so nervous. I remember sweating. I remember just being really anxious about this person coming here and getting a reading from me, and it really turned my stomach. And I think I stuck that tenner in a charity box the next day as well, because I felt really bad about it. But that was the first one, and I got over that.
So how did it go from, right, I can read these cards, and doing that first reading, into actually being a business that pays you money, that pays your rent, that means you don't have to go out to work?
There was an opportunity here where you could set up a business and you could get support to set up that business. And when I seen that opportunity and I met the criteria for it, I kind of went, this is my one and only chance that I'm going to get to do this. Because, as I said, I'm a single parent now, so money quickly comes in and very quickly goes back out again, you know. So I kind of thought, I don't have the funds to set up a business, so I need support to do it. So when that came along, I went for it. And you had to do a start your own business course where they taught you accounts and all that kind of stuff, and they told you Facebook, and did, you know, they missed everything. And I did that, and then you had to make a big business plan, which for me was like a totally foreign object. I don't have a head. I'm good with words and stuff like that, and I'm good with writing, but I don't have a head for laying out stuff. And I got a lot of help from my friends. My friends were amazing, the stuff that they came up with. So they came and helped me, and I submitted that. And I just had an awful feeling that that wasn't going to work. And I got turned down the first time I submitted it. So what they do is that when they turn you down, they get you in for an interview. And I think they do it kind of on purpose to just show you how hard it is to start a business. They get you in for an interview, and the woman I got was very interested in spirituality. And I was really thankful that I got her. But the morning that I went for the interview with her, I pulled a card, and it was called the Wheel, and it's from the Angel Tarot deck. And when you get that card, you know things are going to move forward in a very positive way. So I got that card out, and I thought, this is it. This is going to work really well. So I went in with a very positive attitude. She was really interested. She asked me about the cards. She asked me about crystals. She'd asked me about workshops that I did. And she turned around at the end of it, and she said, I can tell that you know your stuff. So she said, I have no issue in approving this plan if you add in a little bit more about where you're going to advertise or something like that. So I did that, and I got my approval. So I've been in business now since December 2014. And it feels like I only started up yesterday. It doesn't feel like I've been working for the last few years.
And you actually had a retail, bricks and mortar kind of retail side to your business. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I suppose for a long time I felt that the card readings weren't sufficient enough on their own, and there's only one of me and so many people as well, so you can only kind of do so many, and everybody has their own energy, and everybody knows how to work within their own energy as well, so they'll know when certain things wear them out and whatnot. So I can only do a couple of card readings a day, and that's it. I'm done. Energy wise, can't do anymore. And I felt like I couldn't be supported enough just doing the card readings at the time. So I set up in a market in town, and I got in like angel figurines and crystals and all those kind of lovely stuff that you see in a holistic shop. Don't get me wrong, I loved all the products. I love them. I still use them now, angel mugs and everything else. But that was good. It was a good experience as well. I mean, I had worked in jobs that were public facing before, but this got me in a space where people were coming in and they're saying, oh, by the way, can I ask you about chakras while I'm here? And, you know, you kind of continuously were always talking about extra stuff. So it was a really good experience. But I finished there this year. I finished there in May after kind of 2 years of hiding in the market and not showing up on Facebook.
I can't believe that it was May. I can't believe it was that long ago already.
I know. I actually don't know where this year is going. I don't know where time is going. It's all just moving crazy fast. But yeah, I made the decision in May. I made it, just thought about it, and I went, yeah, that feels like a good decision to make. So I finished up the following weekend. So it just went really quickly.
So you still have that retail side to your business, don't you? It's just now it's online.
Yeah, it's very much scaled down now as well. So now it's just crystals because I love crystals. I'm very passionate about crystals and I love teaching people how to use them and connect with them and stuff like that. So I've kind of dropped all the figurines and the bits and pieces, the homeware and stuff. And I'm glad I did that because while they're nice and while I'll probably do something with them come up to Christmas and stuff like that, because a lot of people still associate me with giftware and whatnot. I don't ever see it being the most integral part of my business ever again, you know. The crystals, yeah, the crystals will always be there. I don't think I could ever drop them. Anybody who knows me knows I'm crystal crazy.
You want to sell the crystals so that you can have stacks of crystals in your house, so don't give me that.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I'm not even going to deny it.
Beth says, I feel that signs are everywhere. You just have to be open and believe and understand. Each day is a lesson to learn something new. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Got Denise on, Sharon on, Jessie's on, Naomi's on now. Fantastic, fantastic. So we've gone from customer services, spiritual epiphany, first card read, market stall owner, to online business and teacher.
Teacher, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the teacher element of what you do.
Yeah, this is actually how I first met you as well, because I wanted to be an online teacher. I had been reading cards at this point for a couple of years. A lot of people were coming to me asking me, how do you do that? And I thought, well, maybe I'll show people how to do it. So I started doing courses from home where people would come and they'd learn how to read cards in a day. And it was great, but I was getting then inquiries through Facebook. Oh, I'd love to do that, but you're too far away. So that was how I met you, because I asked in the Only Dawson group, I think it was, where can I find out about how to put a course online? Because I had no clue. Well, I'm kind of tech savvy, I'm also not kind of tech savvy. So a lot of people directed me to you. And I remember, I think it was like 10 p.m. and I messaged your Launch Queen page at the time. And you wrote back to me straight away and you were like, here's a freebie on how to set up a course online. And I just thought, are you serious? This is free. You've just given me this info for free. And you did. And you said to me, if you have any problems, just give me a shout and I'll give you a hand. And you were so helpful. And I was even a bit amazed, like it's 10 o'clock at night and this woman's replying to me and she must think like, you know, how dare you interrupt me? It's probably a weekend as well. But no, you were super nice. And that was the first course that I put online, was Learn to Read Angel Cards. And it's gone from there. It's I've got that. That's finished now. I'm never going to teach that in its form ever again, because I've taught that now for the last must be months online. So that's been really good. I did a follow-on from that, which was the complete card reading. So that was all your tarot, your romance, your life purpose, your multiple card decks, stuff like that. And the Soul Sanctuary then came about last year. The Soul Sanctuary is my members group for people who are spiritually curious. So it's for very normal people who want to get a better understanding of spirituality and how different things work and whatnot. And you've just been guesting in there in the last month as well, which I think is extremely important to spirituality. And this month we're focusing on meditation, so we're bringing it right back to basics and trying to get meditation to be part of our daily routine. And we've covered so much in there. We've done past lives, we've done chakras, we've done crystal months, we've done specific archangels, and now this is the magical manifestation. So that's out on launch at the minute, and it's very exciting. We've had some amazing manifestations already, and it's only been open a week. So it's really good, really good. But yeah, I didn't think I'd be a teacher, but here I am.
So tell me about
manifestation. Well, manifestation Sorry,
Well,
do you want to say something?
About kind of where people go wrong, because I know that lots of people go, oh, I'm going out there to manifest this shit, and then it just doesn't seem to happen for them. So what do you see as the big things that go wrong when people are looking to manifest something into their reality?
One of the biggest things that I see people doing is saying, I'm going to manifest this, and then not putting any more thought, energy, or effort into it. They'll say it once, and they'll get bored of it then. It seems like effort to them. And a lot of people don't want to commit to things that are too big. A lot of people have fear that this is beyond their reach, that that's too big or too bold for them, or, you know, they can't do that. Or, you know, one example that I see time and time again is people who have come from normal family homes who have a limited income, you know, so they'll have enough to meet the bills and stuff, but very little to play with after that. And they don't think that they can ever have more because they've been reared in that environment. They now work in that environment themselves, and they don't think that they can make a bigger income for themselves. They don't think that they deserve that because they're not from that background. So that's one I see a lot. So there's a few big blocks that I see people dealing with all the time. One is that they just don't want to put in the effort. But really that block is that they don't know how to do it simply and easily, that it seems too complicated for them or too time consuming. The second block I see people creating a lot for themselves is parental beliefs that have been ingrained into them since they were small, you know, and stuff that they've brought with them their whole life. And that, you know, that can take a little bit of work to shift, but it can be shifted because you are your own person. So you can create your own thoughts and whatnot. And another one that, you know, as I said, is lack. Lack is always a big, big thing. People who don't have something find it very hard to imagine having that thing. So it could be money, it could be romance, it could be whatever. But it doesn't matter if you've never had it before. It doesn't matter if your thoughts before told you you could never have it. You know, it's about what you're going to think about right now in this moment. And a lot of people, you know, just are scared. They're scared of new and exciting opportunities. But there's nothing to fear because what's meant for you won't pass you. And if you are meant to go out and get something that's big and bold, you will get it if you put that thought and that action into it. So I find manifestation fascinating. Like, one of the girls in the group today has always dreamt about being a teacher. She's a nail technician. She's always dreamt about teaching people how to do it. And she just didn't think that she ever would. Today she's come along. She only started the course like 3 days ago. And her boss has now gone and paid for her to become a teacher. She's gone and paid for that program. So not only is she going to learn it for free, but she is going to be that teacher at the end of that program. So it's absolutely amazing. You know, once you get a bit of help and support, and that's why I have a Facebook group attached to it, so people can come in and we can be each other's cheerleaders and we can have so much fun. And I can give you a plan. I can say to you, right, what do you want? And you can tell me what you want. And I can say, right, what are you wanting to do to get that? What's in your mind right now? And then I can say to you, well, that will work really well, or that won't work really well. And here's why. And we can fix it out and we can make that plan concrete and solid. So that's going to work for you. So you're not going to be at home going, well, I really should be manifesting, but I don't know how to do this. Or I feel a bit scared. If you feel a bit scared, come into the group. Let's sort it out. You know, we can get you back on track straight away. So that's the really good thing about it. I'm super excited to see what else we can manifest. I manifested some cool stuff this week.
I got
tickets to an after party. I manifested 3 things this week. My daughter's been very sick, and the root cause of all her problems is her tonsillitis. So basically, the hospital has told me, her pediatrician has told me she needs 12 reported cases of tonsillitis before they'll push her up the list to be seen by ENT. So we're on case number 4, I think, reported cases, but she's pretty sick. Like, I mean, she's got anemia and stuff going on from it. So it's a bit of a struggle for her. So I went to the hospital the other day to see the pediatrician, and I went in with the intent that pediatrician was going to turn around and tell me we're going to push her up the list. I don't want to ask for this. I want this to be given. So that was my intention going in. And sure enough, it was granted. I didn't have to say, could you please push her up the list? Didn't have to do any of that. They're just pushing her up the list. They took one look at her and said, we're putting her up the list. So I was like, yes, that was number one. Number two was I asked the universe about a specific situation I was having. And I made a list of what I wanted this situation to look like going forward. And I said, if this thing right now does not align up with that, I don't want it in my life, I want it removed. So you need to make it really clear to me that this should not be in my life. And within 2 days, big sign, this shouldn't be in your life. This is not in your vision going forward. So that was removed. And then number three was I got tickets to the after party of my favorite band in London in December. These after party tickets were sold out. Couldn't be got. Could not be got. Nowhere. Nobody was selling one. Nobody was doing anything about their tickets. Nobody was giving them away. Nothing. And I got one. So I've been very excited for the last 2 days.
Epic work, lady.
Yeah, just a few fun things.
What do you think that the foundations of manifesting are?
The foundations. To manifest something, or what is the law?
In order to manifest, you know, when you're looking at getting in that place, what do you need to be thinking about?
Well, the first thing I'd say to anybody, if you want something or you need something, and that's all your focus is, you will be left wanting and needy. So drop the wants and the needs straight away. Think about what you want. Get really clear and very specific on it. And this is something a lot of people skip. They'll say, well, I want a car. But they won't say, I want a red Fiat Punto. You know, they will just say, I want a car. And that's it. That's all they put out. And they could end up with a scrapyard car, you know, that just has a bare few miles in it and it'll end up sitting in the garden. But they got a car because that's all they put out. So you need to be specific, you know. If you take the car, for instance, pick the year, pick the model, pick the color, you know, get really, really specific about the condition that you want this car to be in, you know, what you want this car to do for you. And then imagine yourself in that car. My mom did this one time. She wanted a red, what kind of car does she have? She still has it. Doesn't matter what kind of car it is. It's just say it was a red Fiat Punto. And every time she's seen a red Fiat Punto, she would look at it and go, that is a beautiful car and I will look great in that car. I am going to love that car when I get it. That is a beautiful red Fiat Punto, right? And she did this all the time to the point where we were saying with her, you'd look great in that car, ma'am, you know? And we were all visualizing it together. So that works really, really well. Support, I think, is a good one, because if you don't have support, you can often or not let fears topple in on you. You can get a bit scared. You can get like, oh, this is too big. It's too overwhelming. You need dropping fear. Dropping fear is a big thing. Fear will always, always hold you back. No matter what. It doesn't have to be manifestation. It could be anything in life. Fear will hold you back. So drop the fear. Get excited. Get excited, because this is happening. This is occurring for you. You don't even know it yet, but this is happening. So be excited about it. Be happy. And the more you feel those feelings, the bigger this vibration you're sending out becomes, and the quicker it comes back to you. Gratitude is always, always, always a big one. Be thankful for what you have in order to be thankful for what you receive. So even if you don't have it, so even right now you don't have a car, but you want a car, be grateful that you have the 2 legs to walk on. Be grateful for public transport, and be grateful that this car is coming to you to save your tired feet, or whatever it may be that you put in that sentence. But, you know, just be so grateful for everything that has been and everything that is yet to come. And I think there's some of the firm foundations you lay for manifestation. There's loads of other stuff you can do creative with it, but they're the like simple things that you can start with, definitely.
Yeah, I think they're the ones, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. definitely.
So if we've got people watching who are thinking, you know, I don't know if spirituality is for me. I don't know if I've got the power to manifest. I don't know enough about this, that, and the other. And I know we've touched on this a couple of times today about, you know, the I am holier than thou kind of people in the spiritual world who are looking down their noses at all sorts of people for all sorts of reasons. You know, what would you say to those people?
Spirituality isn't difficult, and it shouldn't be fearful, and it shouldn't be scary. If it is, or if the person that you are trying to learn it from is making you feel those feelings, then you haven't connected with the right teacher. And there are so many teachers out there. A lot of people do have that God or guru complex, and they think that they are holier than thou. I can assure you that I'm not one of them. Definitely not, far removed from that. I'm as normal as everybody watching, and you know, everybody who watches on the replay. I'm just as normal as all of you. There's no, well, maybe not, you know, I do like to sing when we're doing a few cards and stuff.
As normal as they come, you pet.
But yeah. Yeah, that'd be me. But, you know, I think the thing about it is treat people as you want to be treated. And I treat people with the respect that they give me, you know, and I can be firm and I can be tough at times, but I will only be that way if I feel that's what you need. I know when to push and I know when to pull, and, you know, I don't say to people, you have to do this, or, and that's not my style of teaching. It's very relaxed and very comfortable. And I'm the kind of person that's like, right, come on, we'll all go get a cup of tea and we'll all sit and learn this together. You know, and I get on the floor and I'll do exercises with people. I'll still push myself and I'll still test myself all the time. I'll do stuff that absolutely makes me quake with nerves. And, you know, I keep all those feelings fresh in my mind because people come to me all the time with those feelings, you know, and I bring myself back to my anxiety and my depression days and remind myself of what I felt like then, so that I can still be relatable to people who come to me, because you can't forget where you've come from, you know, even as beyond that. And I mean, I haven't suffered with anxiety or depression in 6 years now, and that's fantastic, but you can't forget that you've been there. You can't say, well, I'm beyond that now and I don't want to know about it anymore. Absolutely not. It's made me who I am now, and I take all parts of that. And, you know, people I've worked with, people I've learned from, people that I meet through the page, I learn from everybody all the time, and I'm still a student as much as I'm a teacher. And I think once, you know, you're down to earth, and once you're open and willing and receptive to people, and that's all you ever need to be, you know. And after that, just let your own light shine through.
Yeah, Carol says some of those spiritual people are not spiritual at all. I've learned that so early in my journey. Some are so judgmental and can be quite off-putting.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You see that time and time again. You know, especially with Facebook now, and the amount of people who have pages, and, you know, our news feeds, if you've got an interest in that and spiritual, like, you'll get a lot more spiritual in your news feed and stuff. And you'll see people who preach, but, you know, don't come down from the mountain to meet them. So,
absolutely.
I think that's in every walk of life, though. Every walk of life. So you take the good with the bad, and you start using filters on Facebook. So
yeah, we talked about discernment this morning with Kate, and, you know, being able to kind of use that kind of discernment. Marie says mine is a chauffeur-driven any type of car. She said you have to get specific, not just any type of car. Nobody wants a chauffeur-driven Robin Reliant now, do they?
Brilliant.
So, like to ask us anything. Is there anything that is coming up for you that you want to talk about, that you want us to give any ideas on? Anything at all? Anything that you want us to go through? What we'll have to do, Trudie, is get a time in for next week or one evening to do a bit of a card fling.
Card karaoke.
Oh, maybe.
Get talked into it at some stage. You know you will.
Denise said, best to stay grounded and be yourself all the time. Don't let things get to your head. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that, yeah, we will do one in the coming week or so, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Why not? Why
Absolutely.
not?
You wouldn't want me to even try and read your cards right now after the hours and hours and hours that I've been live today. Anything?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Anything could happen. So let's have a look at what everyone's saying. Marie says, I'll start that manifestation after Iceland, my biggest manifestation success. Wow. What's your best spiritual tip of all time, asks Carol.
Ooh. I sound like a bit of a broken record with this, but ground yourself, protect yourself, and meditate. And it's the three basic spiritual basics. So you do them on a regular basis. Ground and protect every single day. But if you can include meditation on a regular basis, you cannot go wrong. Mm-hmm. People forget it. I've often forgot it. You know, when I started out to ground and protect, and the more you open up, the more you expand your awareness of things, the more you're leaving yourself open to, you know, other people's energy and other people's shit that you don't want. You know, as I actually said it to the two guys today, we all have problems, but I don't want to take yours home with me. Yeah. You know, you can keep them and bring them with you. And if we forget to protect, then we forget to, then we leave ourselves open to feel their issues. It could be their health issues. It could be the issues in their marriage. It could make you touchy or angsty or whatever. If you forget to ground, you're not here, you're not present, you're running the risk of spending the day in your head, you know, and a day in your head is no good to anybody. You won't get stuff done, you won't be motivated, you won't be aware, you'll miss the good stuff in the day. Yeah. So ground and protect, vital often. I swear by meditation. If I can't sleep, meditation. If I need to go and do spirit connection, which takes me a little bit more effort to get into, meditation. If I need to go have a conversation with somebody and I can't think of the words to say, meditation. You know, it comes back into everything. And you don't have to meditate for long, and you don't have to do anything fancy. You can just take a few deep breaths in, become aware of the breath, and just sit on a chair with your feet on the ground and just, you know, let your breath cleanse you of crap that you're feeling, the heaviness that you might be feeling, the tiredness, whatever it may be, and just allow that breath in to breathe in the good stuff, and the breath out is breathing out the bad stuff. And it's as simple as that. But you know, you can go do guided meditations. There's loads on YouTube. I have some, and I think you're going to bring out some as well, aren't you? You know, there's loads of people who do meditations. Find a voice that you like. Find a voice that you like. That's really important. If you can listen to the person, you can meditate.
Whatever if you can listen, the answer is meditation.
More
there you are. You can have that one as a quote from me. It's the meditation that I let myself down with. I spend a lot of time in reflection and contemplation, but often meditation's forgotten. I think that, you know, it's just another strand of the same thing. And you don't have to have a completely clear mind. You don't have to have, you know, I said it earlier today, I'm the biggest fidget in the world. And I'm never going to be able to sit still. It's just the way it is. But I accept that, and I medicate. That's different.
That's what you do.
I meditate regardless. You know, it's about just having, and what I'll often say, because people often resist meditation. So what I'll say is, just settle for a minute.
Absolutely.
Just settle. Breathe in, breathe out, and just settle. Because that is just as good as, you know, a long period of time meditating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anne-Marie says, you have to date all day, Emma. I haven't sat still. I promise I haven't sat still. I've been everywhere. You'd see I move you around as well now that we're downstairs and not at the desk. I can take you all over.
Do you know, like, last night, Sophia came out when I was live. Sophia's my 6-year-old, right? And she gave me a telling off because it was late and it was blue sky outside. So therefore, it was nearly morning time. So what am I doing working, right? This is at 9 o'clock, bless her. But she came out and gave out to me. So when I got off the live, I went into the room and she was, I can't sleep. I can't do it. And I said, right, okay, lie down. But close your eyes. I said, do me a favor, take a nice deep breath in, breathe out. So what I did with her was I laid there beside her and I said, imagine you're in a swimming pool, right? I said, it's a lovely day, sun is shining. I said, can you see that? She was nodding. And I said, right, and you're swimming around and around. And basically what I did with her was your legs are getting tired, your feet feel tired, your back feels tired, and all that, until she was asleep because she was convinced she was tired. And that's all I did was just chat her through it, you know, real simple, real easy, nothing complicated. And child was asleep in a matter of 10 minutes, I'd say. And we didn't get fussy about, oh, you're still up and it's way past your bedtime and all of that, you know. Meditation is so easy, so easy. You did the first longest meditation you ever done listening to me, wasn't it? I think I sent you a 40-minute meditation. I think you sent me back, I'm not doing that, that's 40 minutes. And I said, try it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck off. If it's over 12 minutes, I'm not interested. 12 minutes was at that point my absolute maximum. If it said more than 12 minutes, if it was closer to 15 minutes than it was to 10 minutes, I wasn't doing it.
And you got all the way to like 40 minutes.
I did the whole 40 minutes. So there we go. Well, thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. I have now done 10 hours straight.
Go you.
Go me. And I am ready to stop.
Yes. Do it. I'm going now. Goodbye.
Oh, thank you so much, Trudie, for helping me get through this last hour, because I don't think I'd have done it otherwise. It's been gorgeous having you on. That's what my husband's just brought me.
Boys, man.
It must be like, you know, you're not coming in here until you've had one of them. He brought me coffee earlier, bless him. And now he's brought me a bottle of vodka.
He's a keeper.
He's a proper keeper, isn't he? Proper keeper.
Definitely. You deserve some sleep, so go ahead. I shall let you know.
Thank you so much, Trudie. And we will definitely put together a date, and we'll let you know in advance when we're going to come on and do a bit of a card sling live. And that would be great when I've got a little bit of energy and I'm able to tap in a bit. So thank you so much, and good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to go and not talk for a little while.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.